I mean, cycling across China, for example, it took months to get across China. It's massive. It's bigger than Europe, And I've never learned Chinese more than just a few formalities. Very, very few Chinese speak any English at all, not even a word,
really?
unless you're perhaps in Beijing or Shanghai. But no one speaks English, and so you feel so isolated. And us as humans, you especially, are used to talking with people.
Yeah.
I mean, you imagine you, Wayne, going 24 hours. No, imagine you going 24 minutes of your day without being able to speak to anyone.
I talk
24
to myself.
minutes.
I don't think I could do it. I'd have to just talk out loud to myself.
24 minutes. Well, imagine
Wow.
an hour, a whole hour, not having anyone to speak to. Okay? And now think about maybe having a couple of months of not being able to speak to anyone. I mean, it gets hard and it starts playing on your mind. It starts buggering you up.
It's funny because I think everyone at some point has thought, I'd love to just go off the grid for a bit, get away from social media, get away from the internet, turn my phone off and all this kind of thing. But that's the extreme, isn't it? That's going away on your own. I mean, what does that do to your mind? Like, what do you think? What kind of things do you think? I know music. You're really into your music, aren't you? And you listen to music when you're off on your travels or on your cycle trip.
Yeah, a lot of other cyclists would criticise me. A lot of rational people would criticise me. But yeah, I mean,
for listening to music?
Well, because I'd have these massive, great over-ear headphones on while cycling down the side of a motorway. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see what you mean.
People would say,
yeah.
God, that's so ridiculously dangerous.
Yeah.
To me, it's like, well, if you've got a car passing you 70 miles an hour every 5 seconds, you don't need to hear it coming.
No.
You know it's coming.
Yeah.
To me, it's more about mirror. Yes.
Oh, yeah, because you've got mirrors on the bike, haven't
So
you?
I always have mirrors on the bike. They're much more important. Mirrors, so you can see what's coming up behind you. You can, adjust, go off further to the side of the road to get out of the way of things if a big lorry's coming, etc., etc. But yeah, music is very important when for me being on the road. But you start thinking so loud in your head when you haven't chatted to people. It becomes annoying. It's like having another person inside your head talking to you. And it's like, well, you can just shut up for 5 minutes. You start thinking louder and louder.
Really?
So it sounds like it's all around you, like someone's talking properly into your face. And half the time, they're talking absolute nonsense. Because what I think is absolute nonsense. But rather than being background white noise, when in my normal environment, when you're on your own for long, long periods of time, it gets louder and louder and louder until it really does sound like another person speaking to you. Well, and if it had been another person speaking to me, it might have been quite okay. I might have been able to speak back and it might have been quite interesting conversations. But it's not interesting conversations. They're talking absolute bollocks. They're just talking about just random stuff. They'll just suddenly shout, "Squirrel!" for no apparent reason.
It'd have to be. You've got a fascination with squirrels, though, haven't you?
To my annoyance, when I'm cycling on my own for long periods of time, I don't want to have a fascination with squirrels. I don't want to hear squirrel being shouted in my head every 5 minutes.